Actually, my real name is Suleiman Doro Jr. Dr. Audi is my brand name because the Audi car. It's my dream car.
Oh, wow, that's
yeah.
Nice.
So I'm a graduate of clinical medicine from Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, JKUAT main campus. Apart from that, I'm a motivational and medical author, and I'm an entrepreneur. I have two companies that I run. One is the Muslim Group, which consists of the Muslim Media Company and the Muslim Foundation, and the Medox Corporation Africa, which is a conglomerate of medical and healthcare group of companies. Apart from that, I'm also the president of Kolepin People, which is a writing initiative based that nurtures writing talent in Kwale County, where I come from.
How many books you wrote while in campus and
Okay.
afterwards?
Well, I wrote 15 medical revision books because, as I told you, I'm a medical author. So I majorly based on medical revision books. So while I was in campus, I wrote 15 medical revision books and one medical motivational book. Well, I published my first book when I was in final year of medical school. That was in 2017. Which the book name is Tasty Anatomy, MCQ with Answers. Here is the book.
Okay, so you published your first book on your final year
of medical school.
Yet you ended up publishing 15 books while in campus.
In campus, yeah.
How was that possible?
So, well, it's a question that most people usually ask me. So, as I told you before, I write medical revision books. Now, with medical revision books, it's not quite a hard task because it just deals with compiling questions from various campuses, various colleges, and compiling them into one book. So, the first book that I wrote, I remember when I was in final year, I was the chairman of Clinical Medicine Muslim Students Association.
Yeah.
So our first year campus had reported to school. She had no revision questions in the field of anatomy, and anatomy was my best field. So in the process of when she told me that there were no revision questions, which was true because actually in our time also we had no revision questions, I started compiling questions for her. So in the process of compiling questions, I ended up with a whole book, which is Tasty Anatomy, which is MCQs, multiple choice questions with A, B, C, D, and answers. So with those 14 other books, I remember during our final year there was this long strike of doctors. They striked for like 100 days, so we were free. So I used that free time of mine, and with those 14 books, 8 of them I never wrote them alone. For the past 1 year after graduating from medical school, I majorly based on writing.
Writing. Why?
Because writing is like my passion. For instance, if you're a close friend of mine, I usually prefer communicating through text than call. I'm a fan of texting. Even when I'm communicating with my father or my family at home, the easiest way, the way that I usually prefer is through text. So, and I usually express myself much better in writing than in talking.
So you don't see yourself working in a hospital as a clinical officer anytime soon?
Well, I could work, but for now I've deferred a bit. Yeah, I've deferred because I was supposed to be in internship, but I've deferred for a whole year to concentrate on writing. Then I'll do my writing, my medical career after this, inshallah. Apart from medical revision books, I'm also a writer of motivational books. So there are 15 medical revision books, and 11 of them are motivational books. So in total, I have 26 books. Well, as I told you before, writing is like how I express myself. So to me, it was like a therapy, because what I used to do was when reading, let's say, a chapter, I used to read it. Then after reading it, I used to compile questions on that chapter. So it helped me. So I had to read more than others so that I could make more questions for them. Yeah.
So, okay, to normal readers like me with no medical background, how do you connect with us? Like, how are you going past the proverbial poor reading culture in Kenya?
Well, connecting to those who are not in the medical field, that's why I came up with motivational books. I have 11 motivational books, which majority of them usually connect to the writers. Like, for instance, I have this book called Kenya's Self-Made Billionaires. It's like every young man wants to become a millionaire or billionaire in future. So the book consists of stories of people in Kenya who started from scratch and ended up being billionaires.
So can you name some?
Yeah, I have the first one, Kenya's Self-Made Billionaires. I have Life Lessons Clinical Medicine Taught Me, which the book, though the subject's about clinical medicine, but it can be read by anyone. Then I also have a book called Quotes by Chris Kerubi, Quotes by Africa's Youngest Billionaire, Mohamed Dewji. I also have a book called The Secrets.
Okay.
I also have a book called Success Secrets from Kenyan Politics. And one of my latest books is called The Billionaire Sahaba, which is an Islamic motivational book.
So probably you just give us a snippet of what the Billionaire Sahaba entails.
So usually this quote, most people misquote, that says it's difficult for a rich man to enter heaven than for a poor man. So the Billionaire Sahaba discusses about one companion of the Prophet called Abdurrahman bin Auf, who was the richest. Actually, when you compare this man, the companion Abdurrahman bin Auf, with the richest man today called Jeff Bezos, this guy, at the time of his death, he was 6 times richer than Jeff Bezos. So one peculiar thing that made me write about this guy was that despite being a very rich man, a very wealthy companion, he was promised heaven while still on earth. So it shows us that being rich is not a problem. What matters is how you use your richness. Well, first of all, I'm a self-publisher. Well, so
What does that mean?
Self-publisher means I don't have any publishing companies publishing my books. It is me who does the publishing, it is me who does the sales, does the marketing, does the accounting, the finance, the advertising, the designing of the book, and even printing of the books. I cater for my own. The first book that made me sell was my first book, actually. Test Your Anatomy with the answers and just MCQs with the answers. And also the book on Kenya's self-made billionaires. It was an ebook, and life lessons clinical medicine taught me, The Secrets, and my latest book, The Billionaire Sahaba, which I launched 2 months ago, and for now I've been able to sell over 300 copies.
So out of your 26 books, can you mention the top 5 books that you are proud of and why?
Yeah, actually my first book that I say I'm proud of is The Billionaire Sahaba.
Why?
Yeah, because for the first time there is an Islamic motivational book that can connect with every age group. Because this book has been read by the aged, the young, and even the adults, the young. Then it has also been read by politicians, and it's a book that has also been read by Christians, because I usually receive some messages from Christians that your book is so epic, it really motivates me. So despite that I wrote the book for the Islamic market, but it has also touched the Christian market.